Hey y'all, it's everybody's mama and it's time to cook. It's Tuesday, y'all, and guess what we're making? Tacos. Them red tacos as y'all call them. Alright guys, so right here I have my chili nuevo de Mexico, my chili de California, and my guajillo chilies. Next I went in with my garlic, that's my cinnamon. I have a whole onion here, 2 tomatoes, I'm gonna say about 9 cloves of garlic, a bunch of cilantro. This is my chipotle peppers in adobo, my bay leaves, my Italian seasoning because I didn't have any oregano, my cumin, my big old thing of salt, and my huge old thing of pepper, and my candle, of course, because I need to relax. Ready to go? Oh yeah, and I forgot about the meat here. How could I forget about the meat? It's the star, or that's my chuck roast. So today, Papi is helping me. Yes, he's cutting the beef here. You want to cut your beef up into like 3 sections. It depends on the size of the beef here because you want it to cook evenly. This is something we're going to be cooking for a long time. So the smaller the pieces, the better. Alright, so now we're going to put them in our pot that we will be doing all of our cooking in. Into the pot, we're going to go ahead and add 3 of our bay leaves. We're going to add 9 cloves of our garlic here. And we're going to go in with some salt. Oh yeah, I forgot y'all, and an onion. Right here, I'm just pouring in some hot water that I had already going because I'm a cheater and I like to do things quickly because ain't nobody got time for that. We moms, right? Okay. Pour the hot water in until it covers all the ingredients that are inside. This is what it looks like with the top on. We're going to cook that for about 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. So right here, I have my chile pods that I de-seeded and then threw in some hot boiling water. After they came out and I cooked them for about 20 minutes, I went ahead and put them in my blender. Okay, so I'm making sure to drain all of my chiles out of the water and go ahead and drop them into my blender. Then I am checking my meat, seeing how tender it is, just judging. It's about halfway through the cook time. Next, into my blender, I'm gonna add my ginger, some apple cider vinegar, and you guys know I don't measure. I don't even know what that little spoon is, but I want it to be cute, so I used it. Next, I went ahead with my cinnamon. I kind of broke it up because my blender's kind of old, so I want to kind of help it do the job. I went in with 1 bay leaf, and of course my black pepper. And you kind of want to put your seasonings into taste for that. And like I said, I'm using Italian seasoning because I didn't have any oregano. Then next I'm going to go ahead with some cumin. Forgot these things can't finish, so took it over. Then I need some thyme leaves. I didn't have any fresh thyme. I had some dry thyme in my cabinet, so I just used that. Then I'm going to go in with my chipotle peppers and adobo. Okay, honey? Alright. So we're going to put one of these in. I'll be careful because it be hot. Do I want to put the second one in? Let me just let some juice drip. I'm going to just go ahead and put that back in there because that's going to be way too hot. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead with my giant salt and season this. And I'm going to blend it up until it gets really smooth. Oh yeah, I forgot. My garlic. We're going to add some garlic up in here. And 2 cups of beef broth, okay? And I use the beef broth that came from the meat that I'm cooking. And then I'm going to blend that up nice and smooth, okay? Now I'm going to go with my sifter and I'm going to kind of like strain out my chiles over my meat as you see me doing here. A lot of people like to take their onion out. I like to leave my onion in so I can get the most flavor for my meat. We want to get this done quick with the most flavor we can. Make sure you strain it good. The worst thing you would want is like seeds or anything you forgot. So now that you see we have the sauce in there, ooh, look how that looks. It's bubbly goodness. And I know it looks a little watery right now, but you're going to cook it for the rest of the cook time and it's just going to come together. So in the side pot, we're going to boil our 2 tomatoes. After they're done, drop them in your blender. We're going to blend them up to like a tomato soup consistency, along with a little bit of salt. Okay, and I like to do this part because it's like the dipping. This is like the part of the dipping sauce. It's gonna help our other sauce thicken up. So after we blend that up really good, let me show you what I want it to look like. Yes, that's the consistency. I'm gonna get my meat out of the pot because it's time to get shredded, baby. That meat is so good, ready to fall off. Our onion out now, and I know it seems like a lot, you guys, but it's gonna be so worth it. Now go ahead and strain your tomato sauce into your broth. Now if your blender is like mine, old, okay, it didn't really break down the tomato that well, so that's why this sifter here is like the best thing possible. And I found this at Dollar Tree, y'all. Yes, I did. Ain't nobody got time for that. Dollar Tree, $1. Sip that sauce real good. Now we're gonna go back in with our meat that we had chopped up. Yeah, see, I chopped it up really good because you want it really to soak up all those juices. We're gonna go back in to the sauce with our meat here. We're gonna stir that up real nice, and we're gonna bring that to a boil. Ooh, yeah, so that's boiling. Ooh, goodness. In the meantime, I was on the side chopping the onions and the cilantro, and these kids had me working. I forgot to show you that I had chopped the onions, but go ahead. Your girl had your knife skills on deck right here for the cilantro, okay? Chop that up because we're going to use this for our tacos, okay? All right, here's our mozzarella cheese we're going to do because we're going to make this quesadilla sound. Now we're going to put our meat into our sifter. We're going to sift out all that sauce. So now here we're going to take our tacos that we have dipped into the sauce over there and fry it up. Throw some meat in there. And when I dipped that taco shell, I dipped it before I cooked it. Okay, and I dipped it over there in the sauce and then put it straight onto the meat. Fried on one side, went in with my mixture, my mozzarella cheese, my cilantro and onions, split that bad boy. Oh, that bad boy is looking so good. Oh, so good. Oh, never mind me. Now go ahead and get some of your sauce and put it in the side bowl. Now we're about to make our dip, y'all. So to that, we'll add our onions, our cilantro, stir that up. And if you guys were like me, I was just so ready to taste this, like, oh my God. But I was like, I will be patient. Do not be